Sometimes cycling gives us very strange moments for the history books. Situations that we never think would happen in a serious sport of high competition. But seems they do happen. Do you want to hear about a few? Well, without any further ado, let the show begin. We start with this moment of the Belgian cyclist Tim Merlier of Alpecin-Phoenix. It was in the Scheldeprijs, and after finishing the classic he was returning to his hotel, riding on his bike, but he stumbled across a bunch of sprinters led by Fabio Jakobsen at full speed. So what did he do? Well, this little gem jumped the fence. He wasn't going to let them run him over. In the Volta a Catalunya, we had thought that Matthias Skelmos had hurt himself badly after falling down a ravine. Well, that's how we imagined it must have been looking at everyone's reaction. But no, the young Danish trek rider appeared out of nowhere and he just climbed back up with his bike. Epic, friends, epic. In the same competition, these three cyclists went on the opposite lane of the highway, believing that they would take a shortcut and arrive first to the next straight. But the path was only for vehicles and they had to jump the separator to go the right way. Tremendous signalling error, if I may say so. Taking competitions to desert terrain can bring numerous problems. Have a look at Milan-San Remo runner-up Anthony Turgis, trying to pedal in the middle of a sandstorm alone. Possibly one of the moments he never thought he would suffer in his sporting career when he thought about becoming a professional cyclist. Did you know the Swiss European time trial champion Stefan Kung has his own fan-invented melody? It's the following, and they sing it to him in this unique manner. Public events are all too cumbersome, and Luxembourg's Kevin Jeanette knows it all too well. And such a shock is undoubtedly the most painful for a cyclist, and the poor guy was just passing by. Guys from Bahrain, please give him a little tizanidine to calm him down. We all know that Tadej Pogačar is a bit of a peculiar guy. What we didn't imagine though was that he listened to reggaeton at full blast when he was resting. With that way of dancing, he's ready to be a guest on Dancing with the Stars, surely. Colombian fans are one of the loudest and most fantastic in the cycling universe. However, the excitement of some spectators disturbs them too much. Look at how these fans, cheering on Bora Sergio Higuita to be national champion, get so overexcited that one of them ends up throwing a cell phone on the ground, and another pretty close to being run over. But finding the road cut off is already a problem. But if you also have no other way out than going through a road full of tall grass and hard stones in full competition, well, that's a real ordeal. A real toothache for the cyclists who had to suffer it in the middle of the Tour of Turkey. Nothing better than to stop a rival when you suffer a breakdown, then inserting your foot into the wheel of the one who's behind you. Well, in the cyclocross championships, we end up seeing bizarre situations like this, eh? This is how Chris Froome spent his €5.5 million a year. And no, it's not winning competitions, but imitating crocodiles that he sees in the beautiful places where he rides his bike. It must be a consequence of Belarsia. Estonian Intermarché cyclist Rein Taaramäe takes the opportunity to train at the high performance centres in Rwanda, and there he performs sprints against rural farm workers, to whom he leaves his bike to improve his power at the age of 35. Will we see him win this year? Well, it looks convincing. One of the funniest moments of the Giro 2020 was when Jay Hindley, the little Sunweb climber who almost took the final win, wasn't able to put on his nice warm jacket at the highest point of the Stelvio. He almost even fell off his bike. Nairo Quintana is one of the best climbers in history, but also one of the reggaetoneros with more salsa in Colombia. Have a look at how he breaks it down on the stage of The Masked Singer, where the Andean Angel demonstrated his quality when it comes to dancing on stage. With Pogačar, it might make a spectacular duet. There are few situations healthier for the lungs of the cyclists that we can think of than this that occurred in the Vuelta a Burgos, when some farmers decided to burn their land around the passage of the cyclists. Certainly more on fire than David Hasselhoff eating a hamburger. This is Rigoberto Urán, training in his native Colombia, with, yes, his little Meita in the baby carrier. This video generated so much commotion in his country that his wife forced him to make a video about child safety in the pool of his mansion. You know friends, a family friendly channel like this one prioritises above all the safety of minors. The Spanish rider Mikel Landa had little to do in his last competition in the crow race, so he decided to amuse his fans with this video simulating bullfighting his own bike. The cringe I get from these images is as big as the Basque cyclist's ego. The French team knew very well how to celebrate Julian Alaphilippe's World Championship in Leuven, as you can see in these images. What you didn't see live was this reaction of his teammates, more drunk than Mariah Carey at a New Year's party while dancing to Diana Ross's Hot Stuff. Legendary. Some interviews can be dangerous, like this one with today Pogačar in the middle of the World Championships. See how if it wasn't for the journalist who warns Podgy, a car could have ended the career of the Tour de France champion. Watch out, very dangerous. Women's cycling is more fashionable than ever, and more women are encouraged to upload content on their social networks by bike. The most prominent in terms of number of followers is undoubtedly Cecilia Sopenya Espa, who thanks to her extreme quality content for men of culture, has managed to open an account just for fans, of which even Lance Armstrong is said to be a complete fan. All the best to Cecilia and Lance in such an arduous task. They will need it.